but there's a lot of really good information out there, and there's some actually misguiding information. So I was very particular in doing it more one-on-one with clients for many, many years. And just recently with doing business and all the website and the internet kind of thing, that you really do need to join in. So I have done that. I have a few videos already on YouTube, but I will start to post videos pretty regularly now. So I invite you to join me and subscribe to my page. I will be posting videos. I'm not sure if it'll be weekly or monthly, I'm not sure, but I will be teaching long hair care. And one of the main things that I want to say is that when I'm teaching you in general, it's always, everybody has different hair. And that's one of the reasons why I really like to do one-on-one. People that have different hair, when they listen to certain videos, their response, and I've heard them, they've told me this, is why, that's not going to work for my hair. And that's sometimes true. So there's no really one cure, one way, but I have created a product that I do believe that works for all types of hair, and that actually will create growth and healthy hair for all types of hair. Because the way that I created the product, the minerals and the proteins, it's all organic and raw, by the way, really alive. I always tell people to keep it in the fridge. You don't have to, but the mineral content does kind of slow down as it stays out. If it's a cold weather, it's fine to keep it out, but it lasts a year out of the fridge on the shelf. So if you want to wholesale this product, it's now available for that. But if you put it in the fridge, it lasts 5 years. So there are some of my clients that use the product, one bottle, their hair got into this growth momentum, and now they're using it once a month. And I've gotten to the point where I'm using it once a month and sometimes twice a month. So I absolutely keep mine in the fridge. Again, you do not have to, especially when you're using it once every 2 weeks, because then you know for sure it's going to last for a year. It actually lasts probably a little bit longer than a year too, because of the ingredients that I've put in there have certain amount of preservative content. Now a lot of people ask me, how do you create this all organic and raw and alive product and keep it that it can stay on the shelf for a year? And what most people don't realize is that a lot of the organic products, they're in nature. Of course, they're rooted and they're growing, so they're lasting. But there's a lot of really natural products that are ingredients rather that help preserve. Even salt does this. Even sugar does this. Honey does this. There are many, many ingredients that really hold. So I have some of those in there, and that really does help me. I do have a source of vitamin C preservative in there. It's all organic. It's all natural. There's no chemicals. There's no fragrance, unnatural fragrance. There's no parabens, gluten-free, and it's also soy-free, and it's vegan. There's no animal hurting. I don't have any interest in creating any products or any kind of anything that's going to hurt any kind of living being. So that is one product that I can say that works for all types of hair, because the mineral content and the protein and the fat content also, it goes into this follicle and really boosts the follicle. It also shifts the texture of your hair. And in a way of shifting, I mean that it'll shift it, because what it's doing is hydrating it deeply. It's feeding the follicle. The follicles, the ingredients are going down through the tube of the hair and getting into the core of the hair. So there, the overall hair is getting more hydrated. The texture shifting. When you're putting it on the outside, of course, it seals those cuticle layers. So you have a really, really hydrating, powerful mineral content, protein content, that really does promote growth and heal follicles. So that way you can really count on that. So that is what I can say about that. But as far as daily regimens and ideas and certain things, I want to just say a couple of things about that, and then I'm going to start to teach in the next videos. Heat is very, very bad for hair. Obviously, that's been said all over the internet, and I think most people that are growing their hair long are not using heat because it really does dry out the hair. You can still grow the hair that way, but you've got to be extremely careful the way that you treat it daily so that you don't get breakage when your hair is dry. So that's why most people have breakage and split ends, because their hair is dry from chemical or overheating, things like that, and then they're not understanding how to do it and take care of it to prevent the breakage, because now that you have your hair dry, it's very, very sensitive to breakage. So you have to be extremely careful, like wear a lot of tight braids, things like that. There's a lot of things I'll go into. So I just wanted to share a little bit and introduce myself. Again, my name is Croney. If you want to go and look on my websites, I do have this Blue Rose regrowth and repair treatment on sale at www.purebeauty247.com. Feel free to also visit me on I have a couple of pages on Facebook, but you can start on my personal page if you'd like it, Karen Croney on Facebook. I also have Pure Beauty 24/7. I may be changing that name, so please look me up and send me a message. I'd love to communicate with you one-on-one, and I'd love to meet all of you, actually. I love to do one-on-ones. I do Skype consults, so if anyone's interested in that, I can teach you a personal regimen that works just for you and really teach you all the things really deeply. And I also add a little bit of, I'm also a spiritual channel, so that's like my more of a future job. I am doing it somewhat now. I'd love to be able to serve that and do it for free if I could one day, but right now my business is the cosmetic business, so, and long hair in particular. So I love to incorporate the channeling aspect into these consults with people, because the people that come to me, a lot of times they have issues and they can't quite figure it out, and sometimes if I'm just listening to them talk, I'll get a hit on it, and then I'm able to tell them. So I really love to do one-on-ones, so please contact me if you're interested in really being serious on your long hair journey. My hair is now down to the top of my hamstring. I'm on my second time growing it out. I grew it out to ankle length. It took me about 13 years, and about 5 years ago I cut it really short and just did a clearing, and I cleared a lot of the history. Sometimes I regret it a little bit, not really, because I don't regret anything, but sometimes I look and think, wow, how long would my hair be now, you know? But I'm really happy that I did it, because it really freed me, and it allowed me to, as I was creating the product, go into doing, I did a little bit of color, real color, so I worked on healing that and seeing what that was about. So I was doing a lot of work during the time that I was growing my hair to my ankles as far as practicality and ingredients, and then when I cut it and started again, because I'm now on my journey again to grow as long as it'll go, this time I was able to focus more on healing, because my hair needed the healing, because I had done heat, a little bit heat, not too much because I knew better, but I did do heat and I did do color, and that was a few years ago, like 5 years, almost 5 years ago. So I'm in the repair mode myself, so it's perfect, because now I can use my products and my regimens and really gain, you know, the hair that I want to see. Actually, it's also another factor as you age, and I'll be 52 this month, so it takes time, you know, it takes extra measure when you get a little bit older to grow your hair long. And not everybody wants to grow their hair long, but to have healthy, long, or even whatever length hair you have, but to have full, thick, healthy hair. I also have minerals in there, mineral content that we lack in, we're deficient in order for our hair to prevent going gray as soon. I accept all gray hair. I love gray hair. I actually have a lot of gray haired clients, and their hair is gorgeous, and when they use my product, it even looks more vibrant and rich, because the treatment also enriches your color of any kind of color that you have. So, but it does have the minerals in there. It helps because some people don't want their hair to be gray too soon, or they're trying to fight it as long as they can, or at least prevent it as long as they can. So, um, again, thank you so much, and I appreciate you being here. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.